Have you ever wondered why we are here on this beautiful, massive, and wonderful planet? Why us? Why now? And if we're here, what are we supposed to do with this one life? Why do ants never grow hungry? Yet the lazy or the drunk always end up broke and empty. Why does a gentle woman quietly rule her home while a loud one tears it down inch by inch? That tiny awe that just bubbled up inside of you when you heard those questions happened to me too. They come from creation itself. Because deep down, nothing ever feels like enough. And we all keep asking, why me? What is this all about? It's number one question across the entire world. I know that feeling personally. There was a season I was making more money than I ever had in my life, and I still wanted to disappear. Another job, another check, another purchase. None of it ever filled the void. Then one day, clear as day, on a hike, I heard the answer. The answer is inside of you. That's when I realized no paycheck on earth can fill a purpose-only void you were born to walk in. Some of us find it, most never do. So why are we here? We're here for exactly 4 reasons. God wired every single one of us to create something out of nothing. A kid grabs crayons and makes a whole world on a paper. A broke 20-year-old records one song in his bedroom and suddenly millions are singing it. A mom turns a few ingredients into dinner that feeds bodies and souls. And even me filming this video right now, that's creation coming through me. Multiply. Legacy, family, impact, ideas, money, resources, and opportunities. One viral TikTok turns into millions of views. One follower turns into a brand. One brand turns into a movement. That's multiplication. One good idea whispered to one friend becomes a study group, becomes a mastermind, becomes a business that employs dozens of people. One seed equals exponential growth. God took 5 loaves and 2 fishes and fed 5,000. He's still in the multiplication business when we bring what little we have. Children are part of it, but they're not the limit of it. Everything you touch can and will grow when you steward it like the Creator does. Build. Take what's broken and make it better. Joseph went from prison to building Egypt's entire economy. Nehemiah saw broken walls and rebuilt them in 52 days. One mom decides her family is done eating junk. She changes one meal, 1 week, 1 year. Now her kids are healthy. The house runs like clockwork, and she's coaching other moms online. We can have the same ingredients, talents, and gifts, but completely build and rebuild a completely different life. You are cleaning one corner of your room this week. That's within the same spirit. It only takes you to stop and recognize and say, you know what? I actually have a lot more control than I realize. Let me take that control and do something with it. And that's when you can govern. Bring order to the corner of the world you've been given. Pick up your phone right now. That little device governs most people's lives. Or you or they can govern it. The soul of the sluggard craves and gets nothing. The soul of the sluggard craves and gets nothing, while the soul of the diligent is richly supplied. That's Proverbs from King Solomon. Some people want to call that creative force the universe or energy or whatever label feels safer. But the restlessness in your chest and in your mind when you ignore it doesn't care what you call it. The assignment is still there. And the one who wrote it is still watching. The very first chapter of the most read, most fought over book in history says it plain on day 6. Genesis 1:28. Be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion. Same 4 things. Same restlessness when we ignore them. King Solomon watched generations ignore this and wrote, whoever works his land will have plenty of bread, but he who follows worthless pursuits will have poverty enough. Doesn't that sound very similar to many things? Maybe even you. I know for me, for sure, I have followed pursuits that weren't worth following. And what does that mean? That means folly. That means laying around. That means being lazy. And poverty followed. And again, the hand of the diligent will rule, while the slothful will be put to forced labor. If you want to go look at that, it's Proverbs 12:24. And what does it mean? Right now, millions of people drag themselves to jobs that they hate, surrounded by people we'd rather never see again, trading the majority of our waking hours for a paycheck that barely covers the bills, and we call that normal. But can I submit to you, gently but boldly, that we do this because we forget we actually have a choice. Like moths to a flame, we keep flying towards the blue glow of Netflix, TikTok, and just one more episode. While the gifts that God has planted in every single one of us burn up in the background. Lack of faith in what He put inside of us, plus nightly entertainment, equals a slow funeral for untapped potential. The diligent rule, the slothful end up in forced labor. Which one are you choosing today? But when we finally wake up and realize we are empowered, we stop sitting on the sidelines or the couch, and we stop rotting in our ditch and we get up. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this video so far and you want to grow in life, please support this channel. That will support you. Please hit subscribe. Thank you. We create because it puts breath back into our lungs. We serve because that's where real purpose lives. We multiply because God equipped us to take 2 and turn it into 4, 8, 16, 24, and 85,000. Whether people, dollar, or opportunities. And when we govern what's already in our hands, we step into abundant life that was promised to us. So here's what I want you to do tonight, before this day is over. Do this 5-minute purpose audit. Grab a sheet of paper or your phone and go to your notes. Answer these 4 questions honestly. What am I actually creating right now? Even if it's just dinner or a text, I want you to pause and reflect that you're actually creating all the time. The same creation that you do with normal day habits, you then subdue, or you then ignore, and you go, oh, I can't create, I'm not creative, but that's just not true. Second question, who or what am I multiplying into this week? Name one person that you're multiplying with, one resource that you're multiplying, or one opportunity that you're multiplying. Not 1 + 1 = 2. What are you multiplying? What can you see? What are you tapping into that you go, if I stay invested into this, it's going to multiply. The one seed of an apple will turn into a tree, and the one tree will turn into many apples, and then the one many apples will turn into a forest of trees. And we see these examples with multiple things, and we go, well, why is Amazon worth $1 billion? And why are they? The more people you service, the more that multiplication applies, and you allow it to apply with diligence, the more you'll see the results. Number 3, what broken thing am I building this week? One corner, one bill, one habit. Pick one thing that you say, okay, I'm going to take control of this. I'm going to rebuild it, or I'm going to build it from brand new. My house is a mess. My room is a mess. My finances are a mess. My relationships are a mess. I am taking control. I am taking charge. Why? Because I have dominion over these things. They must submit to me. Number 4, what chaos am I refusing to govern? Are you refusing to govern your phone usage? Are you refusing to govern how you speak to your spouse, your children, your neighbor, your coworkers? Be careful how you use your tongue, for it has life and death. How are you governing your spending? How are you governing your sleep? How are you governing what you eat? Why I'm always tempted, I can't control how I eat. When you realize that your body and your cabinet, let's go even further, you govern what's the food that's in your house. So you can make a decision. If I don't even put this in the house, I can't even eat it. Let's be wise with how we govern. Don't be the one that brings the temptation into you, because then you cause your own defeat. Or you can be part of your own victory. It's the kingdom you're in. You choose if you win or not. That sheet of paper is your first act of dominion. God blesses stewardship, and this is you taking inventory of what He already put in your hands. Then every single morning for the next 7 days, stand in the front of the mirror and declare out loud. Practice and say it with me right now, if you're ready. I will create. I will multiply. I will build. And I will govern. If you've hung in for this long, I want to give you a bonus here. You may go, okay, what is this all about? Why am I supposed to create, build, multiply, and do all these things? Even though that feels natural to me, it really makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? The reason that we're here as well, and the reason why you feel the way you do, is because whether you believe it or not, we're part of a kingdom. It's like, what? What does that mean? Well, it's like, where do you think all of these principalities and nations got the idea of royalty? Did we just come up with it, out of nowhere? No. So let's just accept the fact or the idea that, okay, there's a kingdom that is higher than the realm that we're on. Okay. Sam, you're going a little far there. The principles, whether you believe in it or not, the principles still apply. You can literally believe, act as if you have dominion, which means you have power, control within the corner that you've been given, the gifts, the talents, the responsibility that is under your reach. And if you were to treat yourself that way, just imagine a world where if people believe that, live like that, imagine what happens with addiction. Imagine what happens with the way we treat each other. Just imagine how far you could already be if that voice and the things and the people who tell you, oh, you're not good enough, oh, you can't do that. Imagine if you were like, no, what are you talking about? I've been given dominion. I'm here for a mission. I'm here to provide something valuable, something that only you can do. And I love that because it empowers me. I'm like, oh my gosh, hold up. Only Samuel Smiley can do what Samuel Smiley can do, the way Samuel Smiley is supposed to do it. So even if someone tries to do what I'm called to do, they will never do it the way I was called to do it. That should make you feel amazing, because it's like, wow, hold up. So what does that mean? Well, what that means is that you're in competition with no one, number one. What that also means is that you have a reason to be here, number two. Number three, that means that there's people, which is going to be what the next video is going to be about, hence why this is a bonus, that are waiting for you to tap into the thing you're supposed to be doing. And you have to know that. And honestly, when you realize that there's a kingdom, you go, man, okay, if there's a kingdom, it should, I would think, make you take it a little bit more serious that you are a king or you are a queen. And so now you have governorship and you're like, okay, what does this mean? That means that you should be intentionally reigning over the thing that you're supposed to do. You've already been gifted in a special way. Well, I don't sing, or I don't do, I can't create art, or maybe I'm not great with math, but there's something that you are good at, that every single one of us are good at, that is so individual, just for you. Maybe you're funny. Maybe you're good with decorating. Maybe you're good with your finances, or maybe you're a big picture person or a small picture person. Either way, there's something that can eventually be served, monetized, governed, and then helping someone else with your proceeds. I'm telling you, like once you get this into your system, you realize that the only limits you have are the ones you allowed. There are ones that people will want to put on us, but the ones that apply, the ones that stick, are the ones that you allowed them to. No more. No more. Reign. Take your place. 7 days, 7 declarations. By next Sunday, you will already feel the shift that you should have already been living in, because you're no longer waiting for life to happen to you. You're ruling the corner God already gave you. Guys, it's going to be the best thing ever. I want you to drop seed planted in the comments. I want to read it. I'm reading every single one of them. Let's start ruling the corner we already have. I'm going to see you in the next video. Blessings.